Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read through for Tower of God Urek Mazino, Chapter 10, Queen of the Net Dolphins. That title just immediately sent me, like, what? I am so excited to get to see that. That's crazy. So, I wonder what that means in the context of everything going on, because there's a lot going on right now. I think that I've mentioned before, pretty much every video, that I've been really loving the spinoff. Honestly, I think last week's chapter was probably the weakest one so far. It was still very fun seeing the team up and everything. I do think that as far as progress goes, it was maybe the weakest so far. And also, maybe it's just me, but I wasn't really into Rahab there. I don't know, it just seemed a little bit silly, Rahab's purpose in the chapter being like, oh, this Shinsu is here. Shinsu, respect my authority. No Bang will ever outdo my authority. And it can also kind of be difficult to show action without any, like, physical aspect to it. Like, I can't think of a great example. I think I've maybe only seen the Harry Potter movies like once, like years ago, but it's kind of like, you're pointing a wand at each other and there's like a line of magic going back and forth between the two people fighting. Is that how it works? Something like that? And it's like, it's hard to, when you just have two people going, and the like CG has to convey the thing going on, and you can't really tell with action, and even more so here because it's not one enemy against one enemy, it's just the Bang of Urek Shinsu, and then you've got Rahab there, and Rahab's also wearing a mask to hide his emotions, so you just have Rahab saying these corny lines, just going as the just blobs of Shinsu are doing blob of Shinsu things. Like, okay, not very strong. It's like, even with something like Avatar The Last Airbender, it's like bending is, the physical like martial arts of it is integral to the bending itself. So you can, even if they're not like making physical contact with punches and kicks in every fight, you can still use the martial arts other than that to, convey the effort that the characters are putting in and everything. And I don't know, Rahab just seemed kind of silly last chapter. That would be my criticism. But I think that's about all I have to say. One thing before we get into recording though, before I came to record this, I was testing some things out, and so I bought this whiteboard, and look at pay attention to what my camera does here. See how the lighting looks? If I bring up this whiteboard, like the auto lighting goes to this, and I cannot figure out, like, no settings in OBS can change anything, so it just must be my camera, and I have no idea how to change it. Honestly, this is desaturated. This is kind of dark. My hair looks really dark here. My hair does not look this dark in real life. My hair looks really dark here, but honestly, I kind of like this lighting better, even though it's desaturated and stuff, because I take it away and it goes back to this lighting, and like, I feel like the light is kind of reflecting off me a little. I don't have oily skin or anything, but I look like, now it's the opposite issue. Now, instead of being desaturated, I'm like oversaturated. I look extremely red when the camera's just in its normal state for whatever reason. Like I said before, my hair didn't look that dark in real life with the lighting the way it was before. The lighting the way it is here, me and everything around me looks slightly red than it does in real life. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I almost wish I could desaturate it a little. Maybe I can just desaturate things by putting a filter over it in OBS, but I don't know if that would make things look better. I almost wish my camera didn't autocorrect from the way it was before. I could set it to stop autocorrecting and just leave it the way it was before. I don't know. Just because everything looks like the wall behind me, everything just looks shiny and radiating and stuff the way it is now. But either way, distractions aside, I just got distracted by that while I was setting up things to record, because I always have to, like, get the chapters pulled up, figure out the chapter number and everything before I go into recording, and I just got distracted by that stuff ahead of time. But either way, let's read this week's chapter. I want to know how the Net Dolphins are playing in. playing into this. Also, we always get the thing at the top now saying the series is rated for young adults. We ended with some of this stuff last time. What the hell was that? Was the Shinsu flowing toward you, regular? Yeah, I think so, yeah. You got a problem with that? The facial expression here is good. Come down here, then. And that's where we ended. Okay, episode 10, The Queen of the Net Dolphins. We're getting spoiled with this title. I hope the title actually means something. You want me to go down there? I'm afraid that won't be possible. After all, you are not worthy. Okay. I don't know. I'm not feeling Rahab anymore. And again, I've praised before the increased use of all the different creative stuff like these comedy panels they've been doing. Huh? Remember your place. You're only a regular, while I am a ranker and the head test director. Abide by the rules if you wish to see this test to its end. So I think they're probably just saying ranker in the general sense of anyone who's climbed the tower. I would be somewhat surprised, honestly, if a head test director wasn't a high ranker. Then again, I guess maybe he isn't. Maybe you can just be a regular ranker, just regular as in normal, a normal ranker, and still be here at that sort of position. But I don't know, it just seems kind of high, because technically Yu Hansung isn't a high ranker, but basically everybody knows that that's just a technical type of thing. That's a shame. I thought I might be able to rile him up. That weirdo must be the biggest fish here. How could I get him to come down? And we have the Bang of Shinsu forming behind him. Is it moving with a mind of its own again? What the? It's happening again? Head Director Danjon, the ship's about to be overwhelmed by the Shinsu, and it seemed like Urek wasn't even trying that time with whatever happened. Yeah, someone help. Shoot, I'm not trying to destroy the cruise here. How do I control it again? This, yeah, that didn't do anything. I see. He lacks any control over his own Shinsu. Come to me. What an insolent and reckless fool. He forms another, purple bong. More just energy. Again, it's a common criticism with the Tower of Beam stuff. Sometimes there's just a bunch of colors and energy going on. It's like, okay, what does it really tell us in the end? Huh? And he's swallowing it. That darkness, it's consuming the light. Hold on. This almost reminds me of the power of the ones who swallowed the light. The light of the Shinsu is fading. Even the greatest talent is useless if it cannot be harnessed. So Rahab and his people might, what fortuitous luck on Urek's part, might have some connection or info on Phantaminum already. I keep trying to say Phantominium. I am the Phantaminum Brit truther. In this tower, you're nothing but an inexperienced rookie, Urek Mazino. I don't understand. He shouldn't have that power. He's not one of those who swallowed the light, is he? If he has anything to do with Phantaminum, I can't... Oi, it's Phantominium in it! I can't afford to mess around anymore. We have a call coming on the pocket. Your Highness, the ticket inspection will conclude in a few minutes. Have you reached a decision yet? Aye. And then, suppose we have no choice but to swap tickets. Really? You mean it? Don't get too excited. This isn't an invitation to become allies. When we meet again in the next test, I'll be sure to disqualify you. And again, is the person that she stole the ticket from going to be like whatever rando was Rue and Evelyn's partners? She ends up stuck with them? Or rather, they end up stuck with her. Go for it, then. I'm planning on getting you on my side, so we can have our meeting with Zahard. I'll be seeing you around, yeah? The door opens. Phew. And it looks, is it fixed? It kind of looks like it's coming off the hinge a little there. Is it just sort of sitting in place and they kind of have to pick it up and put it back each time? Neo looks adorable there too. It's unusual for you to look so serious. Is something the matter? Constipation, perhaps. No, that's not why I was sitting in there. Pooping's one of my few talents, okay? Oh yeah, because he said he had to go to the bathroom like forever ago and is just now coming back. Shinsu. Hey, how can I get better at using Shinsu? Think it's possible to be stronger than, let's say, the head test director? Did you have an encounter with the head director? Something like that. I advise you to refrain from antagonizing him. Huh? You know him or something? Of course, he's the head test director. Anyway, if you're looking to get better at harnessing Shinsu, you should find a mentor. Someone second only to the head director on this cruise. Mentor? Oh, wait. The following day, Wave Controller Training Room. Wave Controller Training Grounds. Good morning, and we have Baskerville, who was suspiciously missing but is now back. Today we'll continue yesterday's lessons and practice creating a bong. Mazino, since when were you a wave controller? I'm actually a fisherman, sir. A fisherman? What are you doing here then? I realized I had nothing left to learn. Confident, shameless, from that director with the ugly hair. Fisherman Training Grounds. What? My trainee went over there and said what? Mazino, you're dead, he's raging. Got assigned as a fisherman. Just wait, Mazino, I'm coming for you. This is a cute panel. This is a super cute panel. So he's a fisherman too. This should be interesting. Scout Training Grounds. Please let us see more of all this. No, please, we have Evelyn. I don't want to touch it. Come on, this is just ridiculous. You come from the finest lineage in the entire Lopobia family. I wonder if this is like a translation thing where it's like you come from a fine lineage, the Lopobia family. To be like the finest lineage, it would make you question. Finest lineage, then, would make you think Lobadan. Because, I mean, the only options really are Lobadan and Kirin were kind of Traumare's top two. Unless she's a direct descendant of Traumare himself, which isn't impossible, but still. If she's not, then I guess Lobadan could make sense. I was thinking and saying a lot that I thought that Lafave was Lobadan's daughter. So Laura begets Lilial and Shilial, and Lafave would have then been the mother of Kadede and would have been the father or mother of Kadede and Catan, because her and Catan both used guns and had sort of a similar theme going on. And also Laura and Lafave both had the blonde hair and blue eyes, and they both did the similar upside down triangle mouth thing. So I always kind of sort of thought that that's the way that family worked out. So we could have another sister of them, another child of Lobadan, potentially. Maybe I was wrong about Lafave, and she is the daughter of Lobadan and potential future mother of Catan and Kadede, but I don't see it as much. Again, we have the Lopobias that fall into the green hair, green eyes segment, the ones that fall into the blonde hair, blue eyes segment, and then the outliers like Elbaba and Elaine and White Garment Widow and her children who just look like bugs. But don't tell me you're going to throw away your potential to become an incredible anima. I don't care about my potential, okay? I'm not going to touch any animals, and that's final. Her eyes are interesting. They don't really match Lobadan's or anything we've seen of him so far. And her hair is blonde, but it's kind of more of a greenish blonde, and I'm pretty sure her eyes are green. rather than being blue. You're the daughter of the branch head of Lopobia. Okay, so the daughter of a branch head. Your potential's unmatched. I know it. It would be super cool, even though she looks nothing like him. It'd be super cool if she was a daughter of Kirin somehow, but we'll see. Give me your hand. The dog is so adorable. The dog is so cute. I really kind of love Gisli. Her design is so neat. I also am really curious about Siyu's decisions here to give her the red segmented horns, because we've seen the red segmented horns on Zahard, on Wangnan. Did we see any on the boss? I don't remember. And then Karaka's Observer has the red segmented horns. So it seemed always to be like symbolism related to Zahard related things. So I've thought since she was first introduced, it's kind of weird that they threw it on Gisli. Like, if she doesn't have anything to do with Zahard, which I wouldn't expect her to, if she doesn't, and I don't expect her to, then it's kind of a weird decision that he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go for this as a part of her design. But the eye and hair color is really cool. I like the hairstyle, and the puffy, feathery coat, I think, is always cool when characters get those. It just takes a few tries and you'll get over the initial hesitation. I said no. Stop it. She touches it, and it immediately turns evil. What the? Is this her power then? Or is it she's such a strong anima that as soon as she touched it, it aligned with her feelings of screw Gisli for making me do this and turned on Gisli? Oh. Or I guess it did just explode. I just got over saying how cute it was. What in the world? And now she's sobbing. So maybe she actually straight up can't be an anima. And I also... I don't want to scroll back up and see it again, I'm sorry. But I love this scene and how it adds a new layer to a previous scene. I love whenever a story can do that. How before, she was like, she tried to make me touch a puppy, and like it was played as this big dramatic thing, but everybody's like, oh hey, it's funny, it's comedic. But now you look back at her reaction there, and her reaction makes total sense. It isn't some crazy comedic thing. She's horrified and upset that Gisli made her try to touch a puppy, and now we see why that would be such a traumatizing thing for her. I really, 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 really like that. She's just left crying. Hevelin, and we don't see any more of any of the other characters or classes or anything. I guess they really don't matter. She's meeting back up with Rue and Rohan. How'd your training go? I'm sorry, Rue, but I'm exhausted. I'll see you later. Oh, I wonder if something happened. Who knows? We all have one of those days. It might be better to just let her be. I kind of wish we sort of saw more and developed more of the random background characters in the classes, so that we would have an idea of, oh, I saw this one here, I saw this one here, when we get into stuff like the Crown game in the future. But yeah, like, they are going to need to at least show up, unless we're really skimming over stuff like that in some of the future tests, you'd think. I see. I guess I'm just worried about her. I wish there was some way I could help. The following day, Lightbearer training grounds. We're seeing Lightbearers for the first time. We have, okay, so the presumed Popodao guy is a Lightbearer. Wasn't, what's-his-face was a Lightbearer too? The one I said he looked like. Who was it? What was his name again? He had the eyeball thing that Gaston used. Richemont. Richemont was the one that used the eyeball thing and was a light bearer. And he was the one I said I thought this guy looked like. It would be so cool if we tie in some of these other, like, characters we've seen in the main story. So I would actually love if this ended up being somebody like Rishmalt. This one has some real potential. Spearbearer Training Grounds. And then we see Rue's progress. I did it! They're embracing. Heidi in the background clapping. Scout Training Grounds. And we're still only seeing Evelyn here. Fisherman Training Grounds. We have everybody else defeated by the princess, who we still didn't get a name for. Is Mazino even going to show up to any of these classes? I feel like her name has to have some weight, some significance, because if not, why spend 10 chapters just not at all giving us anything? Her Highness wins. Wave Controller Training Grounds. And then, okay, we're seeing another of the wave controllers now. I really hope we see more of this stuff. We've got Urek forming his bong. Finally. Impossible. Just 2 days ago, he couldn't even create a bong. This shouldn't be possible. We have Neo thinking, whoa, and he loses control. And it looks like Baskerville stepping in to stop it from going out of control and hurting anyone. And I love the little doghouse doorway they have going on over there. Or it has steps going on to it. It looks almost like just a little playground bit. It's not often I see a regular with so much power, but you can't control it at all. Right? That's what I'm saying. Yes, but I may be able to teach you how to use this power of yours. Really? Thank you, Mr. Dog. You may call me Mr. Puppy. I'm not that old yet. I see. Thank you, Puppy. It's Mr. Puppy. I feel like everybody's going to start loving Baskerville more. Could he be one of the few adored by Shinsu itself? And we've had that brought up a bit in the main story. The night before the crown game, I think Yu Han-sung specifically brought it up, speaking about Bam, Kalavan, and Jinsung, I think, were the examples he used. The night before the crown game, attention all regulars. Our cruise is scheduled to arrive at the test site at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Please gather in the lobby by 9 o'clock. Once again, our cruise is scheduled to arrive at the test site at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Alright, we see this person from before, and before we just kind of saw him at a distance, so they looked a bit more masculine. Now they look a little bit more feminine, which I think might make the character even cooler. So this is the princess's team, I guess, not ending up sticking with any of the goat-eaten people, I guess. Please gather in the lobby by 9 o'clock. I hope we get to see the teams here. We got Urek's team. Hey, princess. They walk by each other. Okay. I hope you're ready for a crushing defeat. Right back at you. Inside the cruise ship, head test director's office. What? This is completely different from what I was told. Head director Rahab. Now, that's just an exaggeration. I've simply chosen to increase the difficulty very slightly. Very slightly. Surely, you don't expect the regulars to defeat the Queen of the Net Dolphins. Even rankers don't stand a chance against that thing unless they attack in teams. Is this dissent that I sense from you? No, sir. I wouldn't dare. And I have come to really freaking love... Wow, why am I blinking on his name? Danjon. I am really, 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 really loving Danjon a lot. Like, he's a good guy. He seemed like this random throwaway jerk character like you see a lot at the very beginning. But I love how much more deep his character's gotten. Yeah, he has a very easily hurt pride, but he also has a very strong pride in, the cute girly things that he enjoys. And also a good heart in, yeah, he's going to be very, very tough toward the regulars. But at the same time, he did kind of just let them all pass, and he is like standing up for them to a certain degree, like, whoa, this is too hard. At least voicing his concerns, even if he knows he can't go against Rahab. Using the Queen of the Net Dolphins as the final trial? This must be some kind of sick joke. Unless he's planning on killing off every single one of the regulars. The floor of tests, habitat of the net dolphins. We're seeing the net dolphins again. And a foot. I thought the queen was supposed to be the thing that ate Bomb and Rachel. Queen of the net dolphins. Or is this before she, she just, it's been a while. It's been a long time before Bomb and them got there. She just fell a little out of shape. Queen of the Net Dolphins. And for those of you who have been watching the channel and various other series for a long time, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do it. We have a crown floating there. Is the crown related to the queen? Oh, maybe it's related to the crown game. Okay, so the crown game is going to involve, like, it's not going to be the same crown game as before. It's going to be fighting against the queen. I'm not going to do it, guys. I'm not going to say it. Inside the cruise ship, regulars' quarters. And we have shirtless Urek, a little bit of man service. Huh? Attached is the location of our final battle. Come prepared to die, Donjon. What is this, a love letter? He can be so adorable. So I wonder if Urek is going to have to choose between going through with his fight with Donjon, or is he going to have to give up on the fight with Donjon so that he can try to help the rest of his friends make it through the fight with the queen? Well, I'm looking forward to this test tomorrow, and my first real fight with a rancor. Now we have the queen wearing the crown. I'm holding back with all my strength. I have Donjon there with a really cool setting. I love the way the waves look. Is this the guy that got shot before, or is this Rue? They have the marking that I still don't know what it means at all. Oh, or is this the one that the guy was on the beach looking for, and he's like, oh, we can't find him anywhere. The one they were looking for wasn't Baskerville. We still don't know where Baskerville disappeared to there at that one point. But maybe it wasn't him that they were looking for. It wasn't Rue that they were looking for. Maybe they were looking for this guy, and this is the one that they couldn't find. He washed up here, and maybe this guy has some secrets or knowledge that he's going to be able to tell to Urek or the other characters there while they're going through the test, because this guy escaped. Okay, very good chapter. Again, last week I said was the weakest so far. Then they came back around and crushed it with this one. Killer chapter. Very good. I loved it once again. The character stuff is good. I want to see even more character stuff personally. Next time I think we're jumping straight into the test and everything. So we're keeping that pacing up. But I really did want to continue seeing character stuff. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see where it goes though. This has been very fun for me so far. So I don't think I have anything else to say, I guess, that I didn't say as I was reading through, because I've probably had like good points, good things I've said in relation to what I've read as I was reading through, and now that I'm here at the end, I'm like, man, I'm dumb. I'm like, I don't think I have anything important to say. So thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more. Tower of God, Urek Mazino, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you would like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's really appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a patron or member, you get One Piece Bingo a bit early and get your name at the end of videos, in addition to, helping me keep making videos. So yeah, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description if you want to. Thank you. Thank you so much. For people who are already members and patrons, thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, J.A. and the D-Van, Jerriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, S.G. and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Real, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much, so much for your support. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.